All right, I'm going to review what I have learned, my notes for the course Digital Business Management. Before I start, the alpaca here, the alpaca here is the animal I saw in Rainbow Spring Park in Rotorua. It is quite interesting there. There's a lot of animals. So back to the paper, Digital Business Management 555. My convener is Dr. Kohan. The name Kohan actually, in Mongolia, I think that very sounds like the leader of a tribe, Kohan. So that's easy for me to remember. The course, I'm trying to not to look at my notes, just say how much I have remembered. So first, the teacher mentioned that notes is not only an online business, it's digital business. So give an example, like in New Zealand, there are companies that online, like TreatMe. TreatMe is a platform people can buy and sell products, either personal or commercial items. There are sharing economy such as Uber or Airbnb. They probably don't have a lot of supporting office. They have a call center, but their business is mainly for it. I think their platform, their apps are their core of their business. So the teacher here mentioned that any website, any business that um, I use a word that make use of utilize the power of the internet and web would be a digital business. So in that sense, I think companies like Air New Zealand, they have a booking website, airnewzealand.co.nz. People go there to search flights. However, for Air New Zealand, I think their aircraft, their crew, their pilots, the cabin attendants, their ground staff, and sales team, they will be it's a combination of different elements of their company, but their focus, but their use of Air New Zealand Dakota NZ, I think is a digital business as well, because that's the digital business part of their business, isn't it? I could be wrong, but that's my current understanding. So the teacher continued to mention that we, we will we will need to know the concepts of network economy, um, be be familiarized with data analytics, such as the analytics. He didn't mention what kind of data we need to analyze, but it seems to me that he will cover the tools and steps for us to be able to analyze data. So back to the paper, it will be the digital business models. For that, I think he mean different company have different model. So it's like for Air New Zealand, they have airnewzealand.co.nz. Yeah. So but that works in conjunction with their massive um, local network. Maybe compared to another company is solely online, everything is online. Uh, the they don't have any physical shop, and they only have a trade store, or they have only have a Shopify website. So that's different models. The Digital marketing. He will cover digital marketing. That one I'm pretty interested in. Search engine optimization. That is what he mentioned. Um, Pay per click is one of the kind of social one of the online digital marketing as well. He also mentioned about customer funnels. The Okay, he covered about digital strategies. So it will have different approaches to to do um, business digitally. There are different strategies a company can choose. Social commerce, social commerce, and social commerce. That's easy to understand. Like right now, Shopify used to be only a online platform for people to sell their domain names. So if you are abckeys.com or abc scooters, people go there, go to your brand and search and buy. Now they are working with TikTok. So when you are flipping through the different videos and you quite like a product, you click and you can buy um, seamlessly on Shopify. They are more integrated now. So that would be social commerce. Social commerce, I think, it also refer to that if you market your product on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and you will have a influence to your or even YouTube to your audience, and you can have conversions and orders from such social media, and social media commerce. Um, I think that is what I'm understanding right now. Um, Social digital business transformation, digital business transformation. To that's more for a traditional business, the brick and mortar business. For example, if you are a retail tourism shop, you find that there are very limited international visitors, and you transform your local physical operation to online shop, and that will be a digital transformation. Data analytics and privacy and legal stuff. When you run a digital business, there are all kinds of data. For example, the easier one are uh, visitors, conversion, and your bounce rate, or even if you go even deeper, you have the website, the response rate. You have the dynamics of your visitor demographics, their age range, their geolocation, even the time they go to your website, the different operation systems, whether they're on a mobile or a tablet or a traditional laptop. All these are data. So as a digital business owner, we need to be able to do data analytics to find useful information to get us for their growth. The privacy and legal aspects are often being ignored. Even data security, the digital business, that's very vital because if your website was hacked by someone and they are able to change your price to $1, and they place hundreds of orders, if by chance you are using a third party fulfillment center, the third party will just send all these products to the scammers. So that is one of the example of data breach. For legal and privacy, For example, in Europe, if you go to a website that belongs to a European website, they probably will have a pop-up for you to you need to for as a visitor you need to select accept the cookies. So if a website want to expand to Europe, they have to be able to you have to understand the the legal requirements for digital business for Europe. I even heard the other day for Wall Street Journal, there is a new law for digital business in Europe. So business will need to keep updated with the current privacy laws and legal requirements. Otherwise, it would be a huge problem waiting ahead. For this paper, the teacher will have 10 debates. The debates will be in writing. In Moodle, he will post a discussion topic that each of us will respond to the debate topic. And there is a format we need to follow for the debate. He will give us rating different scores based on the debate. Debate will open on Monday and close the following Monday. Case studies, debates, and group projects. For group projects, we have about 5 or 6 people in a group. We need to find, approach it company, collect data. We need to analyze the data, write a report. Moving next, my instructor, Dr. Koha, is currently not in New Zealand. I'm not sure where he is, but the online elements, because this paper is completely online, his instructions is quite clear. So I feel quite comfortable after watching the initial videos. Dr. Koha has a background. He's a PhD in IT management. He has given some information about IT management. For example, if you work for a big organization, say if you are working for a health product shop, online shop, for that company, they will have the investors, board of directors. These people, these senior management people will talk about the strategy for the company. They will talk about the vision of the company, talk about return on investment of their capital, the dividends, balance sheets, etc. But to operate the website, they will have probably in-house IT and external IT. The IT people talk about the ranking, the pay-per-click cost, how much it cost per click. They would talk about conversion rate. They would talk about more technical, maybe like a server, a caching system. Talk about the first byte rate, which means first byte time, which means how many milliseconds your website respond when people um, enter your URL on your website, and even you we talk about more technical stuff. So there will be a gap between IT people and the management. So his role he can bridge these two people together in one organization, so they can share information. They can share information. They can communicate. I think it means a very large corporation environment. If it is only mom and dad business, there is no need for a IT management professional to get involved because that business can't afford to do that. And his interest is his my doctor's my professor's interest also in social analytics. He has written a few books about that, about social analytics. I think the concept is quite new. Another area of his interest is auto, autonomous things user behavior. I seldom use the word autonomous. Okay, I think autonomous means maybe it's like when you try to call ID, it's not a real person there. The other end will say say uh, your IRD number after you speak out your IRD number. The other end machine will ask you, say briefly what you want to do today. You say income return or GST or maybe like a tax refund, whatever. The the other end, the machine will respond and direct you to different departments. So that's kind of robotic actions, interaction with a human. Probably he referred to when he say autonomous things, user behavior. Probably he mean that. I will have another teacher, Dr. Safari. She will be giving grades for the papers. My teacher introduced a theory called learning by doing. That is exactly what I'm doing now. I'm recording myself. I'm looking at my notes in Chinese and I'm talking in English, which is not my native language. And I even try to not look at my notes and to just pretend that I'm talking in front of a group or just one person. Just try to explain simply what I have got, what I have learned from each section. So by doing that, I'm learning by talking. Even I have things that I'm confused. For example, just now, autonomous behavior. I have no idea what that means, but that's okay because I'm not a convener. I'm just uh, do it this way to make sure I I am proactive. My mind spin faster, just not to try to memorize things, but try to really understand them to talk in my own language. And I also mentioned that when an organization try to hire someone, it's not so important whether you are able to operate a specific software. That doesn't matter. What the HR will look at is your spirit of teamwork, whether you are able to do critical thinking, and whether you are able to communicate with your team members nicely, concisely about the current problem, whether you are able to confidently talk in front of people, lead a group, um, have confidence. So the teacher he used this method to encourage us to be able to fully understand the concepts and use them in the form of discussion, debates, and different assignments. I quite like that. So we will have discussions, debates, teamwork. We will have a teamwork. We have individual work. The fourth part will be open book test, a test. Interesting that we are able to Google or read our read our notes or refer back to the slides, but we're not allowed to copy, obviously. The following are the 12 aspects that this paper is going to cover. I'm going to quickly glance through that. So the first is the introduction of a digital business. What exactly is a digital business? The second point is talked about new economies, such as information economy, sharing economy, and machine economy. For that machine economy, the other business research and paper also mentioned sharing economy, a machine economy. I guess that probably related with automated AI driven economy. Yeah, that's something not that is something in the future, but it's going to come in our lifetime. Chapter point three is a we cover the current trending cutting edge technology. Just for example, 4 or 5 years ago, the cloud computing is something cutting edge, trending at that moment. But right now, it's very common. Um, in the future, there will be other things that will be trending. Like during the last two years, TikTok is booming. A lot of people, young people, are on TikTok. Not, I think uh, that is going to influence people's buying behavior. If a business is able to be follow the trend, it will be easier for them to grow. The point four is how to structure the business. For that, I think is when you try to build a digital business from the ground, you have to understand how to structure the business so that it's going to run smoothly. Yeah. Even for a mom and dad business, you have to structure it. You have to think whether you're going to only sell on Amazon on third party platform, or you're going to do it have a website, or you're going to only sell on social media. So that's going to be the choice. And even you have a shop, a brand, you have your products, you need to uh, understand how you're going to obtain your customer, whether it is through TikTok ads or it is through organic search engine marketing. So you have to structure your business well so that you can have higher chance of success. So that probably is very similar with point five, the strategies of a digital business. Point six is leading a digital business. That I think is probably referring to a bigger environment, company environment where probably have 100 people, 50 people, 20 people. As the head of the digital division, you'll be able to lead the team. It's not like you're doing everything yourself. You have to be a team leader, be able to lead your team to do different things. That is especially true in COVID situation when people are working in um, different locations, even different geolocation, different country, different time zone. You need to be able to lead that team to coordinate with each other to drive the growth of the business. Point seven is social commerce. Social commerce, as I've given that example, that you you promote, you involve, heavily interact with your audience on social media, and you are able to generate leads, be able to sell directly to the consumers, to be able to um, promote your brands. Point eight is the different types of digital business. That is quite similar, I think, to the different models, different types. Uh, or I mean, first you need to understand different types of digital business, such as purely on digital form, like Airbnb or Air New Zealand, who use that portal for as a bridge between consumers and the airline, or between the retail agents, the travel agencies, and the airline. So um, a treatment seller is totally different business, different types compared to Air New Zealand digital business. So that's different types. Point nine is digital marketing. Digital marketing, pay per click, search engine marketing, social media marketing. Point 10 is data analytics. Um, I just mentioned that we will have a lot of data. I understand because I'm running websites. I know there are different data. You have to consider your inventory. If you are selling physical goods, your inventory, the logistics time, um, the daily order numbers, whether there will be any seasonal promotions. So you have to. These all relied on data. If you don't have any data, you are running in with your eyes covered. For data, um, some data are obvious; they are there. Some data you have to dig through. You have use tools to be able to collect them, to analyze them. Even financial data is important. For example, if you are running Amazon business, how much it costs you to ship your products to the warehouse, how much it costs you to buy the products, and how much it costs you to pack them, how much it costs for advertising, how much is the Amazon referral fee, which is their selling fee, how much it costs on advertising, how much is the cost, how much is the money that for conversion. Like if you are using a business, you are receiving using US dollars. There is a currency difference because you've got $100 there. They're going to use a um, exchange rate that is favorable to them. So even you convert the money, the dollars to New Zealand dollars, you're losing some money. So all these are data analysis are very important, I think. I totally agree with that. Point 11 is the digital business transformation. Um, he referred us to a few books. I remember one is the of reinvention of digital transformation, um, yeah, digital world, something like that. Yeah. Um, and the sustainability of the transformation. So if you are a physical shop, right? Some people may decide to close down everything and only do online. But it's not um, it's not that every company is suitable to completely do everything online. Just give me an example. It costs on average $5, three to five, depending on your volume, for a third-party warehouse to pack your products, and it costs another $3, at least 3.5 to $5.5 in New Zealand to ship from Auckland to Dunedin to Christchurch, and that adds up to the cost of your product. If you are selling something high value, such as a brand new cell phone, or you are selling something um, that is significantly, you have a significant margin to cover that. That is okay. But if you are only selling pens, okay, that is not economical as well. That is not economical at all. That makes sense because this pen cost less than $1 because it costs you $8 to send this product to your customer. So in that case, it's just easier that you have a shop. When people come there, they just buy and pay you, and they leave. And you can even price it to $2 and you can make $1 more. But if you are selling this only for $1 and you charge people $8 or $9 for additional costs to get this product to them, and that's going to significantly reduce your chance of selling this pen. And it's you're not going to have high volumes because people will think that, well, you charge too much, right? So if I'm a shop that I sell stationery, I better to have a shop close to my customers, and that's just a lot easier, right? But if I'm doing wholesale, I'm selling 1,000 pens, okay, that I can do. I can have a website. So the transformation of the business, or the, the some part of your business online, it it has to be sustainable. It has to be feasible. If it's just not making money, if it doesn't make sense, it's just you better not to do it because it's a waste of time and energy, right? So we need to understand which part of the business can be transformed digitally, and to understand our strength in that real operation world. The point 12 is about the data security, the privacy, and the ethics of a company. Um, I'll give you an example that a few years ago, um, when the privacy law are not that strict, a website owner can actually see your IP address. Okay, um, and there are logs. The logs can display which page you have entered, how long you have stayed there, and where you clicked. And that data can be targeted, can be tagged to an IP address, and it can just understand. You can the people you are browsing the website, the IT team or the owner is able to actually say everything. Like you are in a shop. So right now, if you are using an online chat to ask a question, yeah, or even give a call, technically the owner or the support staff is able to understand your intention. So, for example, you are looking at a very high priced item, you are jumping forth and back, or even you are coming back 2 months later, 3 months later, they will understand you know, you are more serious about that product. I mean, these kind of things, initially they are able to help um, the sales team, but that data is actually your privacy, right? You're on their website, but right now you have the right to give them that information, such as um, the cookies and things. You can decide I I don't want to share such data with you. Yeah, that is now law in some European countries. So for all this information, you just can't do anything you like as a digital business owner. You have to follow the different legal privacy laws. And when people are buying from you, they're giving up their phone number, email address, their their name, even the card details. You have to make sure that all these information are stored securely and not being hacked by people. You know, um, these things actually um, are very important. I remember it's a few years ago. There is a very big New Zealand rental company. They their order number are incremental. So say this booking is 1,000, 1,001. Okay, and you can view your booking details at www.com, that company's website, slash order ID question mark equal to 1,001. And if you change that number to 1,002, you're able to say other people's booking, and that is quite dangerous. That company, rent a company, actually don't at that time exposing their customer data to a lot of scammers. Yeah, that's that is not responsible. And you can even backtrace the booking number to deduct that to order ID equal to 999. I found that there are more than 100,000 booking records. Just it's just exposing every record of their previous booking. What car you have bought, what car you have rented, the date, your name, your email, and that is unthinkable. Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't heard any news about this breach of that website, so it seems not many people are doing it. Um, yeah, so I think that is very important for data security. When you, especially this is especially true when you are designing your custom solutions. If you are using a SaaS system that is on the cloud, that a lot of people are using, it just likely happen because they have security experts will be will be doing all the work. But if it is only your own company is using that, or you hired a junior programmer wrote some code, which is very likely to happen. And the teacher mentioned about the course that he is going to record the video on Monday and will be released them on Tuesday. These lectures are about the they are in the form of PowerPoint slides. It's going to explain the key points. I quite like that. The other course 552 is the same as well. A PowerPoint, and the teacher will explain that in a video. The weekly debate, the weekly debate, the test, and for example, the teacher has given some instructions about how we should do a video recording. I'm doing a video recording now. I'm very glad that this is going to be part of the assessment. That the teacher mentioned the first is to explain what is the background, what you are going to talk about, to share, how you are going to do it, the background information, how you are going to solve the problem. The second one is to address each question, and the third section is to make a conclusion. The teacher, the paper has something called DMA and DTP. DMA is Digital Maturity Assessment. There will be a tool, answer a few questions, and you give scores to explain, to reflect the suitability, maturity of a business, whether it's suitable to go online. The digital transformation performance, digital transformation performance is a performance DTP. Yeah, the DTP or plan, digital transformation plan. So if the management has decided to go digital, there will be a plan required for the transformation. So that's digital transformation plan. For our group work, for our group work, we will need to talk with the real company. The gradings he will will score us will be based on a few points. I remember it's okay. So it will be the background information. What kind of background that we're choosing this topic, and 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 the second point is the whether the analysis and report is complete. Third point, the third point is uh, recommendations. We in that group discussion we will have proposed solutions. Whether the solution is complete, that means we have to think thoroughly about all the solutions we need to give to that organization. The fourth is to mention academic resources in existing research or paper where mention such topic. The fifth point will be the grammatical writing, the flow, and the style of the writing. For individual assessment, we need to do videos. It will give us 10 case studies. We read all of them and we select two. In the earlier stage, we finish one, and in the later part, that's probably in June or early July, we finish the last personal reporting. So for the debate, that's online debate. There will be 12. There will be 10 of them. For the debate, it will be rated. It will be rated on the depths of the discussion, whether or not we have used the current industry examples. So if we can find real life experience, real life examples such as a company we know like New World, Countdown, Air New Zealand, or Uber, we use these industry examples. I'll be good. Um, for the writing, we need to be careful about grammars, about the grammatical mistakes, sure that it flows well, the style suitable for the discussion. That's the quality of the writing. But we will have for all this debate, there will be a conclusion, a proposal, whether they are accurate, whether they have depth. For group discussion, the teacher recommended the first week, that is the last 5 days, we know each other. The second week, we will need to assign each of us to different role. The third week would be try to approach the companies, collect data. Fourth one will be actually writing. Will be writing. Will be the fourth one will be collecting data and write about that. Hey, for personal for the personal assignment, the group personal assignment, debate, and the final test. The personal assignment, teacher said we need to read every case study. There are benefits. Benefits are that we will understand the real challenges of real world companies, facilitate our knowledge with real examples, and to have critical thinking. Critical thinking is not to criticize, but think things different way, and be able to talk confidently. For online debate, there will be topics such as whether or not whether or not whether or not we have um, whether or not it is good to have to use digital currency to use a Bitcoin digital currency in an economy, a topic like that. When we talk about something, we have to have theories and evidence to back it up. For the test, yeah, that would be on the 20th of June. It will be from 11:30 p.m. to the following day. The teacher they will going to use a software to check our submitted work. There is no plagiarism, cheating, copy paste, paraphrasing are allowed. So that's very serious. Can be kicked out of the university if we do that. And it would be there is a word articulation in Chinese 简明扼要 some succinct and poignant. Yeah, succinct and poignant. And for the the depth of the understanding, the third one is synthesis of the information, synthesis, yeah, of the information, and the breadth of the evidence. That will be checked across our assignment. The teacher has there are some tips not to miss every lecture. Uh, Read and watch them completely and take notes, and read the recommended books, articles, and web pages and papers. Most importantly, don't leave the group work to the last 2 weeks. It's very important. It's impossible to finish that in the last 2 weeks. And be proactive in group discussion. There are 3 questions: whether a bookstore is a digital business, whether a machine factory who is selling a harvester a digital business, whether a bank is a digital business. Um, in, we need to we can Google the definition. We Google the definition of digital business and post that to model. But I don't see any people posted there. Probably it's the first week. People are not used to haven't used to the model system. Yeah, the 2 recommended books is Digital Business Management, Digital Transformation Management. The second book is Reinventing um, Innovation Management Research in a Digital World. That's the notes I have. That's notes I have for the introduction of digital business. Yeah. So a lot of information, quite overwhelming. I'm quite happy that I'm taking this paper.